What is up, everybody? It is episode 55 of the fAnaticZ podcast. I am Damien.
What's up? It's Dylan.
Frankie.
Sweet. So, today, kind of a good day for the Phoenix Suns. Good day for not a good day for the Cardinals. And not a good day for the Diamondbacks either. Um, do you guys want to start with that, or what do you want to do?
Feel like let's hit the D-backs first, and then we can roll right into the Suns.
Yeah,
All
what are the
right.
D-backs doing? Are we blowing it up some more? What?
I sure hope not. I mean, we finally get Kendrick to pull out his pocketbook, and then he's like, "Oh, just kidding."
Yeah, because Ketel Marte might be on the move. Last I heard from, I believe, Jeff Hassan, Mike Hazen was fielding calls, but he's still not interested in trading Ketel at the moment. Whereas prior to that, Bob Nightingale, another insider, was reporting, yeah, D-backs are full on interested in trading Ketel Marte. So
I mean, as fan base that has lost so many greats over the years, this is another ridiculous decision. Because if you wanted to get rid of him eventually in the first place, why would you give him that extension? And the crazy thing is, he has, for the superstar that he is, he has such a team friendly contract at 5 years, 91 million. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
yeah,
It
it
would
makes
be
no sense.
the only way it makes sense is, I mean, even since last year, they were saying that he did not get along with teammates. Like maybe not get along. Maybe they get along fine, but they're saying that they treat him specifically different. Like they don't want two separate sets of rules for players, is what I heard.
Yeah, that was an interesting situation. I feel like that was more of a more media hype thing, but then again, I guess we'll see at the end of the day if it turns up to lead to something. Maybe there
Well,
was more to
that's
that
it's not.
than we know.
It isn't just the report from last year. That's from this year too. Is they don't want to have two separate sets of rules for players. That's a part of the report of them wanting to trade him.
I was gonna say it'll be interesting to see if that actually comes into something, because I don't think as much as that would rub people the wrong way. Like, I feel that it's just easier. I don't think Catel's the kind of guy that would just you know that be it. But we'll see what happens. It's just, I just hope overall, more than anything, it's not Kendrick just trying to be cheap and then selling off everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, how
Um.
can it not be that way? Because Suarez is due for a bag after the season that he had, especially with the Mariners after jumping ship with us in the playoffs. Naylor, he balled out too. So yeah, I mean, that's just another offensive anchor I see with Cattell. So realistically, out of the core that we had with everybody that we might get rid of, including Cattell, we only have Perdomo and Corbin Carroll on our offense remaining out of the entire squad that we've gashed offensively.
Yeah, well, Mike Hazen commented on it on the 11th. He said, "Unfortunately, no matter what I end up wanting to do at the end of the day, I have to listen. I have to listen to what people say. Part of that is not just shutting everything down at the door. There's times where I shut everything down at the door, but there's other times where I can't. I'm not in a position to do that." He said that to Alex Agostino, D-backs on Sports Illustrated. And yeah, and he also goes on to say, everyone checks in on your better players. They're coming after your better players. Look, he's one of our best players. We have some top position players in all of baseball on our roster, and we need those players to be good next year. I have to still do my job. I think the way our team is constructed right now, I have to be open minded and listen to what possibilities could be out there to put the team in a better spot for us.
I was gonna say, especially since we're already down two pitchers, because I I want Zach Gallen to come back, but just with what he was offered, I don't think we're going to be in the ballpark, at least with what Kendrick is going to want to spend. And right now, we only have three pitchers, and those are Erod, Fat, and Nelson.
Right, because Corbin Burns is supposed to be out half the year. And also keep in mind, he has an opt out after this season too. So It's like we brought Corbin Burns in last season with the intention of making another push to the World Series, but now he's shelved, and we got rid of, as I mentioned earlier, over half of our offensive core that's helped us so far winning wise. And yeah, it's like what was the point of bringing in Corbin Burns? If we're just gonna get rid of a lot of guys that helped us get to where we're at today.
Well, and then something I found, funny enough, with all the guys that we could be departing with for, for one reason or another, we've been we've been connected to some big names, and it's just like I don't like, Pete Alonso. I don't feel like, especially if you're trying to move anybody, why would you even be connected to bringing somebody like that in if you're trying to move contracts?
It's what
I
they
don't know.
should do, but will they? No, I don't think Cannon's gonna open up the checkbook that much. Even though I still don't believe that Locklear is the long term answer, as some people were saying at the beginning that he could be, but I don't. From what I saw, since he got traded here, not really. So
He's still a prospect and a work in progress. I mean, the only way it would make sense to get rid of Ketel is if you wanted, somebody, if you had somebody you had in mind right there, and then you were going to throw that kind of money towards somebody like Pete Alonso. But again, I don't see him bringing that kind of free agent in right now, considering we're already fielding calls for apparently anybody with a pulse offensively.
yeah, what we're doing is just subtracting offensively. What we should be doing is adding on the pitching side, especially our bullpen. But yeah, we get to see Justin Martinez hopefully healthy back next season, especially AJ Puck. But we still need to keep adding guys, especially in the middle of the rotation. And we still have yet to see a proven closer. And yet nobody's even talking about that. It's like, where is the pitching? That has costed us a lot of games the past couple of seasons too. So
Right.
meanwhile, the offense has literally gotten us like one of the highest scoring runs in the league past couple of seasons. We just keep getting rid of it, and it just leaves me dumbfounded. So
I was gonna say, you're not, even if you have the best offensive baseball, if you can't keep the ball in the park on the other end, it's not gonna win you any games.
right,
Yeah, and we also have Corbin Burns set to return one of these days, hopefully, maybe.
I was gonna say
yeah,
probably about after, like either a little bit around the All-Star break. My first guess would be.
So there's still some hope there, a little bit, kind of.
It'll just be interesting to see who those four and fifth guys will be, in that waiting period. I mean, we have some potential, but we need at least one guy that can step in, and fill a spot, because even Fat and Nelson are still, relatively super young guys.
Nelson too. Yeah,
Yeah, we got some top 10 pitching, well, top 20 pitching prospects. Let's see if any of those guys can turn into the guys. So I'll be excited to see what the young pitchers can bring to the squad, because we need more pitching and we need more leadership.
Yeah. I
I mean,
definitely like the fact that they made some coaching changes. That was definitely needed.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. They're gonna keep switching pitching staffs until we get it right.
Man, I mean, it kind of sucks to think about it, but if it makes us better long term, it's been nice having Zach Gallen with us as long as he has. I would like to see him come back, or at least like somebody like Merrill Kelly. But
Merrill's just getting older
honestly,
though. He's just getting older.
I'm with the Suns, I'm just about building sustainability and actually thinking about long term, not the short term. Oh, we're going to be in the playoffs for a couple of years and then do another rebuild like we always do with all of our teams.
Yep.
It's like Yankee fans holding on to CC Sabathia, trying to not let him go. Like, dude, he's getting old.
Well, at least he did something for them. No offense to Kelly. Kelly was good, but he wasn't CC Sabathia. But I get what you're saying, though. I mean, the D-backs are going to do what the D-backs do. At the end of the day, like every other Arizona sports team, except for the Suns, we're in a division with behemoths and giants. So it feels like unless we make some sweeping, drastic moves, we'll always be having to rely on like catching fire at the right time because we're always going to be going against all-star teams.
Or better yet, we catch lightning in a bottle with some aging veteran who, pushes us to, you know, new heights like we had with, Chris Paul helping us to the finals and freaking Warner and Palmer.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they don't trade Ketel Marte. They figure it out and they can start winning games again and go back to the playoffs. That's what I want
I
to
was going
see.
to say, at the end of the day, you can trim money elsewhere if you need pitching that badly, but to get rid of a big chunk of your offense, because there was a point last year, especially that gap where we did make up a lot of ground midseason. Ketel Marte was the only one that was consistently hitting a ball.
We trade Ketel Marte, we're gonna be competing last place with the Rockies next season. That's just my
Yeah, we'll be
prediction.
pretty bad with
I
that.
don't think the Rockies are gonna be not nearly as bad as next season. I feel like they'll be better, but probably be below 500. But yeah, we'll be competing with them last place. That's what I think. So
I was going to say, in the division that we do have, we can't afford to be any cheaper than we've been.
right. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
tell you what, one of the strangest things I think I've heard in the last couple of days is this dream scenario. And I mean, keep in mind, it was also brought up by a Padres fan, but it was one of those who says no. It was Corbin Carroll and Ketel for freaking Fernando Tatis Jr.
No.
Yeah,
Like
what the hell? That
we
doesn't even sound
lose,
No.
like a
we
good
lose
trade.
that.
That
Not
sounds
only do we
foolish.
lose that trade, but there's no way in hell Ken Kendrick's gonna give Tatis Jr. the money that he'll ever even dream of.
I mean, well, it's just like he's not good enough to trade those two players for. He's
Right.
just not. It's like he's not Aaron Judge. He's not Shohei Ohtani. Like I'd give those two up for Shohei, but no one else.
He's nothing but a B+ player.
Yeah, he ain't that good.
Nothing
No
more.
offense to him, but he's not consistent, bro. He has like a home run every 3 games or something. He like no thanks.
Like it's like the Clippers in LA. It's the B option.
I've never been screwed over by one man so much for home run props. Man, Fernando Tatis Jr. cannot hit home runs,
I
bro.
have never bet a home run prop in my life. It's like, how can you predict those?
Dude, I've bet where it's like 3 people hitting a home run, and I've gotten 2, and
Dude,
it breaks
that's
my heart
crazy
because that
work.
third one would have sent me to the mall. Uh, to the mall, not even to the moon. I would have just went straight to the mall. But yeah, We can't waste more time on baseball. The
That's
Diamondbacks are
Right.
gonna
crazy.
do what the Diamondbacks are gonna
It's
do.
not even the hot stove yet.
Yeah, there's no reason to continue talking about them.
Sons baby, sons
Right.
baby.
Suns,
Let's move.
baby.
Let's burn it up. Let's burn it down because guess what? The Phoenix Suns are in town. Devin Booker is scorching them, and Jalen Green came back and he hurt himself again. Same hamstring that he injured in the preseason. He should be back in 4 to 6 weeks. Tough break for the Suns. We can't seem to have anything nice.
I tell you what though, I like the way the team that's the coaching staff and the way the team has kind of held together, even in Green's absence. We started out 1-4, and then 6-1 in the last 7.
Yeah,
So
we're,
we're
we're
playing
balling
some
out.
good ball.
Hey, but you know who's also been a key factor? Grayson Allen.
Phenomenal.
That dude has polished up real nicely because we were in question. It's like, what's going on with Grayson Allen in the offseason? Like, the dude looked a little off, but so far, he's bounced back real nicely again this season. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got about 70 points the last 2 games.
I
Well, the
know.
thing
It's
about
crazy
Grayson
work.
was he wasn't getting enough playing time with Bill and KD on the team, so he could never get into his rhythm. You can tell now he's locked in.
Not only that, but it's just like you had a coach that really didn't say, "All right, let's work." He just stood on the sideline with his freaking arms folded and expected the superstars to run it themselves.
And I think that Jordan Ott's offense is better than Mike Budenholzer's offense when it just comes to the spacing element and the element of uh, more than just Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are getting involved and touching the ball.
The way Bud ran the offense, it was almost like just like, all right, adult rec league, run your own shit.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like it's similar with Jordan Ott, but they have a plan. It's adult rec league was a plan. It's like, hey, there's no specific way, but we want to end up with Devin Booker taking a shot from the elbow, and they all know where to go and what to do for that to be the shot that opens up. And Mark Williams is a big game changer too. He makes it to where you can't just score on the paint, or if you do score in the paint, we have someone right there to gobble it up instead of the million offensive rebounds we would let the other team get to score again, which is drastically changing the way these games are going.
Right.
Speaking of Mark Williams, he's going to be out tonight as well.
But I mean, just to kind of get back with what you were talking about, it's just the little things that make so much of a difference that we didn't have last year. Like, you got guys like Jordan Goodwin, going in scoring streaks. You got Grayson Allen. You got Royce O'Neal putting in good work. Anybody that is in the game can go off on any given moment. And it's just like we saw with Grayson Allen the other night. Booker can score under 20 points and somebody else can step up and we can get the win.
Yeah, a couple other people. Dylan Brooks had 3 threes and like 19 points, and he was going ham too.
I know he's not chucking up 30 times a game anymore now, so which is good.
I just love the fact that he's brought so much of a defensive intensity, and then the fact that he's already getting in opponents' head is absolutely hilarious. You see that him selling the freaking fallback?
Yeah, when he got hit in the face.
Oh, that was. I mean, legit pain, but dude sold it like he was in WWE.
Yeah, no, he definitely he brings an element of the game that I think that we haven't had since we had a player like Chris Paul. He brings that same type of like, oh, we hate this guy. Everybody hated CP3, and I think Dylan has got the same kind of villain mentality and kind of got the same kind of punch that he brings. It's like, all right, you don't like us? Well, fuck you. We don't like you either.
I mean, and who else had that mentality back in the day for the Suns? You had Raja Bell, the only man ballsy enough to clothesline Kobe.
Yes, sir, Raja Bell. And I think in another iteration of the team, it was Thunder Dan. Another iteration
absolutely.
Of the team. There are other guys that held it down, and ours is Dylan Brooks.
But just, I mean, even without Jalen Green, like Brooks and Booker have helped other guys, step into their own. And look at Colin Gillespie. He's showing out. He's doubling his output from last year. And just the fact that, his play is shown, we're not necessarily looking to move for a point guard unless it falls right into our lap. But, like, we're willing to grow and, run the point with Colin.
Yeah, I think the point that our team is at now, everybody's buying into what the coach is saying. And I think with Kevin Durant, with players like KD and Kyrie Irving, there's an element of, I know more than this coach knows about what we're doing. So listen to me. This is what we're going to do, like I'm the leader. And I don't know if that's what KD was doing or not, but they certainly did that in Brooklyn with Steve Nash. So I could see them doing it here too. So I think that Book regaining the leadership role on this team is a big part of the reason why the team is operating like it is as well.
Not only that, but it's just like outside of 2 games, he's been your leading scorer, all but 2, of the 12, and he's averaging 28 points, 4 rebounds and 7 assists. So he's not necessarily being that point book per se, but he's at least getting his share, but he's also scoring like the book of old.
I love it. This is the iteration of point book that I thought we would get when we first did the point book experiment. So things are starting to look good on the Booker front.
The only thing I wish is we would see a little bit more of Kamen, but I definitely like what we've seen from Richards, and especially the work we've seen from Mark Williams, our bigs are definitely showing out.
Yeah, I'm happy that he gets to sit and watch and gets to learn
Yeah,
and gets to become better.
Yeah, Richards is starting to step up a little bit too. I've noticed.
And what's nice about Richards is you can put him in to relieve Mark, for a spell, or he can slide over and play power.
Yep.
He's going to step up tonight though with Williams out.
I mean,
it's all good though. The Pacers are 1-10, and like half their literally over half their starting rotations out. So
yeah, I was gonna say we know Hallie's out, McConnell's still out a minute, freaking Ben Matherin's out. Like anybody who has anybody on their team that has a scoring pulse is about out tonight. So we're gonna find a lot of youth in the Pacers.
Yeah, and it's not like Mark Williams is out because he's hurt. He's out for rest, just because it's a back-to-back. So,
and I definitely, with what happened with Green, I definitely like that they, they're easing into things and giving him, rest as he gets up to speed. And then, hopefully with Jalen Green, like the 4 to 6 week window, they monitor it, and then when he comes back, they keep him on a 15 minute threshold for about 5 games or so.
I mean, if that's what he needs, sure. Speaking of Jalen Green, I love the way he's been connecting with Grayson Allen. Him and Grayson Allen have some weird thing going. Like if you see at all of Grayson's like post game interviews, he's slapping him on the head, he's hugging him, and Grayson's talking about Jalen Green in his post game interview. He's like, "Man, yeah, I love Jalen." He's telling me, "Hey, you know how many you got right now? You got 7." He's like, "Oh shit!" So he's like, "When I had 9, I knew I had 9. So I said I need to get 10." He said, "Get 15, get a 50 ball." Like he was just amping him up. You know what I mean? Like
I was gonna say it's nice to have that, that energy, that support, and even when he's not in the game, like you said, he's always amping up his teammates, and he's always one of the biggest guys on the sideline, giving everybody their due.
Yeah, the Rockets were crazy to trade him, but I get that you don't want him and KD both taking 40 shots a game. It just wouldn't work out on a team. We lucked into this. Like the GM, Brian Gregory, whether he lucked into it or not, the fact of the matter is the man has been cooking. The man has been totally aligned in all of his decisions.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the biggest things I've noticed is the language and the change of heart that people had. I mean, even some of even myself a little bit at the beginning, I was kind of like, all right, everybody's from Michigan State. This is interesting, but he's, like you said, he's definitely came in the whole, alignment thing. It's actually pretty aligning a lot quicker than anybody thought, even without Jalen Green.
Yeah, I mean, and I won't apologize for giving HB a hard time at that time because we had just done so much to get Kevin Durant, and for it to turn out like it turned out, no one was happy. He wasn't even happy. He was pissed.
No one's taking that lightly.
Where I will give him kudos is a lot of people say that they're mad, and then they go on to make the same type of mistakes. He immediately went for a coach that was more unknown, and I mean, even though he's a first-time head coach, I get why they hired Jordan on. He's amazing. He's got this is Jonathan Gannon all over again. When we first got JG, I was like, I don't really know about this guy. He's unknown. And then I started really loving him. So hopefully he can keep the love though, because Jonathan Gannon is slowly losing it. But quickly losing now.
I was about to be like, slowly. You're a patient man. Well, I'm not surprised with your patience with Kyler. So
listen, we'll get into that, but I still think that we should give some more time for JG. But back to Ott. He just knows he knows basketball X and O's. Like the way his schemes are drawn up, the way they shut down Wemby, I feel like there's something to this guy, and I'm saying, hey, bring Willie Green in as an assistant coach, and let's go back to the finals.
Right. I was gonna say, you saw, like you mentioned with the work he's done, you got Ryan Dunn, playing not. I mean, he's still trying to find his offensive game fully, but especially with Brooks, helping, there to, be that veteran presence.
This is the
He's kind of
best
gotten
Ryan
back
Dunn
into
I've
that,
seen.
the dungeon's back.
And the thing about him is his lineups make sense. His lineups make sense. A lot of times, some of the lineups that Frank Vogel or Budenholzer would throw out there are them
Random.
trying to like reinvent the wheel because they had KD and Book. It's like just do an offense that you would normally do with anybody else. And I'm excited the way they play and how hard they play. And win, lose, or draw, they're gonna keep gunning it.
Oh, 100%. Like, there's only been a couple, like, there's only been a couple of games where it's just like we've been out of it, but that's because we got off to a slow start. But every time we've stayed in the game, jumped on it early, as we our record shows at 7-5. We're not the same Phoenix Suns. We're not the joke. We're not gonna just be like, oh, we're gonna run the ball down the court, hit it, pass it to KD, and he's gonna take a jumper.
Yeah.
We're not gonna win games like that, and we were silly to think we were gonna win games like that with just KD, Book, and a guy who was not available, and who is not available right now.
Well, I didn't think we were going to win games like that. I thought that since we had good coaches, they would figure some elaborate plan that made us unstoppable, like the Golden State Warriors did when they had Kevin Durant. That's what I was expecting. I thought, oh, we're going to finally win a championship. Sweet. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the people you love, aka Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. We have to sacrifice the people you love to get a big ring, and it just was all for nothing.
Right.
But now it looks like it's going to turn into a team that's going to be good for a while. So if we can get a consistent team out of those flash in the pan attempts, then I'm happy.
Right, and it's like you don't even have guys that are cornerstones of this class like Cam and Bray and Fleming getting meaningful minutes yet. So once those guys come into their own, they start getting true NBA minutes. This is going to be a very fun team to watch for the next 5+ years.
Yep. But I'm so happy they're not playing, though. I really am. Because if they were getting meaningful minutes in every game, that would mean that we were sucky. And that
That's
there was
fair.
nothing to play for, So
I'm just ready to play a team like OKC.
Yeah.
I just want to see how we match up against them with how we've been playing so
They're
far.
on a different level.
They really are. They just smacked the Lakers super hard. But I already know without LeBron, the Lakers ain't going to even be good. So people say what they want about LeBron, but Luka Doncic isn't going to get you past the freaking anything. He couldn't even beat the. Never mind. Let's just say him alone is not going to do enough. Austin Reeves would have to play like he's the only player out there every game with Luka on the court, which is impossible because there's not enough shots for Austin Reeves to be
I was gonna say,
and Luka to do it too.
The same thing you're seeing with Luka and Reeves is what happened with Luka and Brunson.
Yeah, but Reeves is okay with being a 2 or 3. Brunson was like, I'm the #1 player, fam. I can't settle for this. I think that LeBron James is the person that comes and balances it all out. It makes it possible for that to work. So unless he's gonna start his journey in a Phoenix jersey, no, I'm just kidding. I know the fans in the Valley would hate that LeBron James to Phoenix situation.
I wouldn't personally.
That would be
I would love it, dude. I would get the jersey. Maybe the greatest thing ever to happen for me because my last name is James. So
I mean, hey, you could get one anyway.
I could, but that one would mean more to me, the LeBron one.
That's fair.
But what the fuck are we talking about LeBron for? See, our video is gonna get age restricted because I said the F word twice. But
ooh,
I'm trying. I just remembered that I can't be kissing like that. So sorry, guys. Dang. I could cut it out before I put it on there though.
I didn't know we were kid friendly anyway.
We're not. We're definitely super not kid friendly. We're so far away from the plot. We lost the plot so bad. Yeah. Anyways, the Phoenix Suns haven't even played the rookies. Woo! No, they haven't done it, and that's cool. That's cool with me. Like Dylan said, love to see. Did you say you want to see us against OKC?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see us with Jalen Green against OKC.
Yeah.
Because without him, then that's not fair. Because we always give other teams excuses when they're missing players, but when we're missing half the O line and 3 running backs, it's the Kyler Murray's fault. Like that, but we'll give other teams we beat them, but they didn't have such and such and such and such. Like, who cares, bro? Who cares? We'll probably get smashed either way, but styles make fights. Who knows?
In the typical Arizona way, you have the Cardinals that walked into the season with expectations, absolutely going to shit, and then the Suns, like, you guys are going to be the worst team in the league. 7-5, bitches.
Right? Hey, the Suns, they kind of snuck up on us, and hopefully they keep sneaking up.
And the thing is, we're seeing with the Cardinals especially, it's just like you're not exactly getting the results you kind of wanted, starting all those rookies right away. Just in the terms of we have this, injuries, everything just been.
Yeah, we've been getting banged up on every team.
It's the freaking I don't know what it is. It's the water. It's the lack of water. It's something.
The dry heat.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a dry. It's not a suck. It's a dry suck.
Not so funny.
But you know who's also sucking right now? The Cardinals.
Boo.
Right.
Bro,
that was
and I feel bad too because Damien freaking flew to Seattle. I don't know how last minute it was, but it was like a weekend thing, and he flew up there for a massacre. I was like, man, my boy Damien flew up there for that, bro.
I was front row to the smashing. It was horrible.
Hey, you got us some.
I kept waiting for
the
hold on. I kept waiting for the refs to reverse the touchdowns, and every time they reviewed it, it ended up still being a fumble, and then the people were just talking so much crap to me around here.
Oh my god,
it was fun. It was a great experience.
But yeah, you're not gonna win many games when you already spot the defense 14 points, and then they basically throw it on you.
And dude, honestly, watching those go forward on 4th down drives. That was the most frustrating thing I've ever sat through. It was very, 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 very roller coastery. Well, I say so much hope, then so much letdown. But I knew they weren't going to make them. I'm like, for some reason, we just can't beat Seattle.
You know what's wild though about that? You take away the 2 fumble returns for touchdowns, and then you get one of those 4th downs converted into a touchdown. That's a 21-point swing.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know why we suck so much
on defense too. We had Will Johnson out. We had
Max Melton out. Mac Wilson Sr.
Yeah, we're once again missing key players on the secondary too. It's like almost every game this season we're just rotating between Will and Garrett being out.
Right.
Which are only 2 key stars at corner, and like when you have our depth pieces out there, we're just getting torched by guys like Najigba easily, dude. Najigba had his day on Sunday.
Yeah, he was smoking.
He's been smoking everybody like a freaking
he went over 1,000 yards in that game for the season.
You think he's going to be the first to hit 2K?
She's on pace. I don't think he will, but he's on pace.
But no, just the fact that we have a laundry list of guys questionable even for this week's game. By the way, as we were recording, breaking news dropped that Brock Purdy will return against us this week.
That's right.
Everybody loves coming back against us.
The thing
I'd rather face Purdy than Jones.
I was gonna say I feel like we can beat Purdy, but we would have lost to Mac Jones.
I feel like after seeing what I saw, I don't know who it could be.
Yeah, last Sunday, bro, it was like 21-0 in the first quarter. I was like, I have turned it off. I just couldn't.
I wish I could have turned it off. That's why I was telling him, like, damn, I can't even turn this off and do something. I have to sit through this.
Bro, I had people that I work with message me, I'm so sorry.
That's so funny.
But yeah, no, that was
You're
a
8-2.
bloodbath.
And I got Bronco fans up here freaking talking shit. I'm like, bro, you guys are like the worst 8-2 team in the league right now.
Worst 8-2 team in the history of football.
Right.
They're just like, what the hell? What a slog.
Did you see Asante Samuel call out or basically, take a shot at Bo Nix?
No, what do you say?
He basically implied that Bo Nix has been ass and he's holding Denver back.
Damn. But he's not wrong.
Well, he just signed with the Steelers,
and then the
though.
funny thing is, Bo Nix clapped back and was like, I don't pay mind to anybody that won't say it to my face directly.
Damn.
You know, he just signed with the Steelers, right? Asante?
Yep, he did.
Junior did.
And like during the offseason, we had a meeting with him and nothing even happened. So
I like where we are.
I was gonna say that's where it ties into what you mentioned, with Gannon. I don't think Gannon's gonna be done because he still gets at least next year in my book.
Yeah, what do you guys think about Jonathan Gannon's future here? I think he gets another year too. Of course he's gonna get another year, right?
I think, I was gonna say this year, as much as his press conferences have not been fun. Drew Petzing has been a absolute nightmare. I think collectively, since Gannon has been here, a lot of things have improved drastically.
Yeah, no. Monty Ossenford, they're all a pair. They're all a trio, I guess. So Monty Ossenford, Jonathan Gannon, and friggin' Drew Petzing. Yeah, Monty's done a solid job of getting players. I like the players he's brought in, except for Darius Robinson. He just hasn't done nothing. But I think that this draft class that he just pulled off has been nice with Max Melton, Will Johnson. Those guys been really bringing a lot to the team. So
Denzel Burke's been a good hit too, especially for how deep he was.
Yeah, and he came from a good school, good pedigree. Was on a championship team. So
my biggest thing, though, the thing is, as much as we can talk about who we want to be, who we want as our quarterback going forward, it doesn't matter if you got Joe Burrow. It doesn't matter if you have Pat Mahomes. It doesn't matter if you have Lamar Jackson. If you do not invest in your offensive line or a coordinator that suits your skill set at the position, you're not going to succeed very well.
Yeah, no. What are you going to say, Dylan?
Oh, none.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just think that they got to figure out what we're doing, though. I think they determined that Kyler's not the person that they want to roll with.
It's wild.
But it's Petzing, though, because our offense hasn't been looking like I want it to look or how the players want it to look. I feel like with Trey McBride, Marv, and the people that we have, we should be able to put up more. We should be able to do more.
I was going to say, but it starts up front. And if you have guys like, Jonah Williams and Beachum getting blown out of their shoes, you're not going to have time to run the ball. You're not going to have time to pass the ball.
Yeah, the offensive line is trashed. When Drew Petzing was asked about it, if they were regressing or if it was bad, he was like, "No, everybody's playing really good." That really worries me. It's like, how are we going to keep this guy on?
It's like that's what he's supposed to say, though. At the same time,
What do you expect? Caillou's going to be on his PBS bullshit.
Yeah, but he can say we need to be doing a better job, though. He can. He did say that, but he could be like, yeah, sometimes we just don't get it done. They're good players. I know they can do it, but right now they're just not getting it done. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, it's deflecting blame anywhere. It's just like, no, it's not. Like when you ask Gannon, it's like, no, it's not play calling or the play caller.
That's true. I guess you can rip them behind closed doors and praise them in public because that's what you're supposed to do.
We'll see how it turns out. Like we, mentioned, I think if nothing else, like unless he's, shocking, like we end up finishing the year 3-14, which I really doubt. This team, even injured, is way more talented than a lot of these teams. But I think at least we're going to finish the year strong. Maybe not make the playoffs, but Gannon at least gets one more year in my book.
Yeah, I think at this point, the playoffs, that's not even a thing. But for us,
Right.
No, hell no,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
far
and then
from that.
next year becomes basically all right. You had the excuses last year. Now it's like you get the job done, or we're moving on.
I think they're either going to fix things with Kyler in an unexpected turn of events because they realize who's better than Kyler. You know what I mean? Like, so, or they're going to have a chance to get their own quarterback and start fresh. So, okay, guys, we're not going to fire you, but you guys got to take a quarterback and, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna
Have,
say either way, right? Either way, right now, it's not fair for Kyler to be in the situation where he doesn't even know where he's gonna be next year.
yeah, I'm sure they've had those talks. And, I don't think it's a thing where it's just the Cardinals don't want to be in the Kyler Murray business. Like I've been hearing around, maybe Kyler wants to go somewhere else and try this a fresh start where someone that's going to build a team around him instead of having to fit into whatever the team wants him to do.
Right, and I feel like making a deal with either the Jets or the Raiders would suit his best.
I think he might want to go team up with his old buddy Byron Murphy in Minnesota.
You think they'd move him and put McCarthy to the shelf?
I think so. I think they do it. McCarthy's not been good.
He has not.
I mean, he hasn't. He had one good quarter or one good fourth quarter comeback game or whatever, and that's it. He's been looking like dog trash in every other game.
That's fair.
Yeah,
But
the
I
Dolphins
think,
want to move on from Tua.
Yeah, there's just other places that he could go. Raji's gonna retire after this year.
bro, could you imagine if the Dolphins traded Kyler and then we got Tua in return?
Oh,
We would have
I
get
think Tyreek would be happy again. It's
we
like,
would
oh, I think my leg's better now.
for
Like,
sure.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, freaking watching Kyler to Waddle and Hill would be absolutely insane.
That team would be so good with Achan, Kyler. Dude, that would be sick. That'd be a
Dude,
good team.
I'm sorry, like if that team, like I'm putting that team over the Bills.
Well, their defense has to do some work. Well, if they had a better offensive line, if they can let Kyler cook, man, if they can figure out how to keep him clean, man, woo. D
I
Hop,
feel like
100%.
that'd be a good like dark horse, and print the ASF like print on that, stamp on that. Kyler Murray to the Dolphins.
I like that.
So you
And to
guys
the
are going with the
Vikings.
Dolphins.
Oof. Sorry, guys, I'm feeling a little crazy.
Oh, you're good. You know what else is crazy, crazy?
What?
The freaking jump we had in the freaking pick'em standings this week.
We got a new king.
Dude, like, you want that update real quick?
Yes, let's do
Damien
it.
went 10-4 last week.
Let's go.
Dylan, you had a rough week. You went 6-8.
Oh,
I
ouch.
was 7-7. But here we're at. Damien jumps into a 3-point lead
Let's go. We finally
with a
broke a
record of
one game.
91-56. Dylan is 3 games back, like I said, 88-59. And then I moved a couple games closer, but I'm 3 games behind Dylan at 85-62.
Nice. The king sits on his rightful throne with no one in the distance. Not even one.
Time to go sweat mode, boys. Let's go.
Dude, I gotta move
I'm going to
up.
go back and watch the episode later on and see which ones I picked.
Dude, you were on a roll. I was actually on a roll too, and then I got like 6 straight games where it was a loss.
We got that Jets game.
Bro, the Bears too, bro. Crazy.
Like I said, I got these clips, but now we got to make some more. Let's jump into the picks, baby.
Oh, yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Today we at 6:15 in New England. We have the New York Jets facing off against the New England Patriots. I'm going to go with the Pats. What about you, Dale?
I'm gonna be crazy, but trap game Jets.
Jeez.
Ooh. Even without Garrett Wilson, okay. I am going to go Drake May and the Pats.
Well, they miraculously wanted to play a lot better, a lot pip to their step after trading Sauce and Quinton. So
Right, they did play a lot better.
let's see.
Oof. Excuse me, that's gross. I should edit that out. Um, the next game is Washington Commanders at Miami. The Dolphins heating it up. I don't know if Daniels is coming back. Do you guys know anything about that?
I don't think it's at least this week.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Miami at home. What about you, Frankie?
I mean, Miami's got some momentum going after they stifled Buffalo. Shoot. I know I've been trolling the fish the last couple of weeks, but give me the Dolphins.
Wow, I'm genuinely surprised you guys took Dolphins. Yeah, I was even more baffled when they humbled the Bills the way they did last week. That busted my parlay for sure. But
Oh
Dolphins
yeah,
on a
but
back to
many
back
people
sounds
lost.
crazy, and it also sounds crazy going on with the sweep. But I guess let's do it. Dolphins sweep.
Whew, that smells fishy.
Ooh, that always goes bad. Dolphins sweep. All right, sorry about that, guys. Next game, it's gonna be in New York City. Jameis Winston's gonna eat a dub against the Green Bay Packers.
Oh no.
No, sir.
Oh no!
Oh no.
That's
For
the
this
great
game,
sound right there. Oh no. Oh my
um,
god.
Oh no.
why am I even having a hard time with this? I think Jameis Winston is awesome, but the Packers are not a good team if they lose this game. So I got to go with the Pack. Go Pack. Go Pack. Pack. Go Pack. Go. What about you, Dylan?
Go Pack go.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed last week when my pick was ruined by Jackson Dart getting hurt. Otherwise, the Giants would have won. But as much as I am happy Mr. Clawman gets to start in New York, you can't go with the Giants.
Not anymore,
Damn.
bro. If Cam Scabble's not playing, it's hard to roll on that train.
Neighbors out? Hell no.
Next ones, we got the Texans and the Titans in Tennessee. Say that 5 times fast. I'm gonna go. Even if it's David Mills, I'm gonna go Texans. What about you, Frankie?
I mean, Davis Mills won the neck bowl. Superb comeback in the fourth quarter. You
Yeah.
fuck it. Let's go with the Texans.
Yeah. If Texans didn't come back the way they did last week, I would have gone Titans. But I was roll the Texans too. So
The GOAT, Davis Mills.
yeah.
Hell yeah. This next one is gonna be at the ATL down in Atlanta. The
Oh
Falcons, the
my
Dirty
god.
Birds, take on the Panthers and Tedderell McMillan. Um, I'm gonna go with the Falcons at home. Dylan, what about you?
Hopefully, Michael Penix has his fiance's full support this Sunday, and he
I'm
has an
dead.
outstanding game. What was the other? Sorry, I was wanting to crack that joke. What was the other team?
Panthers.
Panthers. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with the Panthers. So
Oh
That's
man.
so funny.
As
I
much
can't believe that press conference, bro.
but no, as much as Drake London has been balling out, he has absolutely been ridiculous this year. I can't trust the Falcons. They've looked really good. They've looked really bad. But then again, on the flip side, you got the Panthers who look really good, really bad. Honestly, as much as I love my boy McMillan, I'm going ATL.
Damn. All right. Now we got a rivalry game, right? The Bears and the Vikings. That's a rivalry, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And they're in Minnesota.
Skull.
Um, you know what? I'm gonna pick Minnesota for this game. The Bears are the better team and been doing better, but I have a feeling that this is one of those games that the Vikings is gonna take. So I'm gonna roll with them. What about you, Dylan?
I already took my trap game with the Jets, so I'm gonna pick the better team in this game, and I do agree with you with the Bears, so I'm taking the Bears.
Shoot. Let's keep that train rolling. As much as I don't like the fact that they almost lost to the Giants, Nice comeback by Caleb. Rolling with the Bears.
All right. Next is the Chargers and the Jaguars. This one is in Jacksonville. I'm gonna be daring, and I'm gonna go with the Jags. I've been going on Team Hardball the whole year. I probably should do it again right now, but this is a spot where I like the Jags. What about you, Frankie?
Again, the Jags are just one of those teams that you can't read because they'll beat, a team like the Chiefs, and then they'll turn around and lose to Davis Mills.
Yep.
I have no absolute idea. There's no trust. Fuck. I just lost my fucking mind. Let's go Chargers.
Yeah, Frankie stole the words out of my mouth, too. That's why I'm rolling with Chargers, too.
I would roll with the Chargers, too, but I can't. We can't sweep everything. Bengals and Steelers. Whether it's Joe Burrow or Joe Flacco, wherever the wind blows, I'm rolling with the Bengals. Let's get it. Who they? Frankie.
As much as I like Joe Flacco and the Bengals offense does look good with him in there, even without an offensive line, I, for some reason, think this is one of those games that the Steelers are going to win.
So Joe Burrow did come back to practice in limited capacity this week. So that's good news for Bengal fans. However, no matter who's at quarterback, and I know respect to T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, amazing duo. Nonetheless, it's really hard to back the Bengals in their defense. So I'm gonna have to take the Steelers.
I love it. This next one is back at the crib, back at the nest, where the Red Sea rises up every week. The Cardinals take on the 49ers, and I'm just going to be sweet and short. I'm a homer. I'm going to pick the Cardinals. I'm going to pick my guys. We should definitely lose this game. There's no reason we should win it, but maybe that's exactly why we will. Dylan.
Not me. I'm not going to be a homer anymore. The offensive line is horrible. I'm going to take the 49ers on this one.
Ooh. I was going to say, the only grace that we have in this game is knowing that Bosa is out for the year. I think we match up a lot better facing Brock Purdy. And you know what? I think the Red Sea's going to be rocking. We're going to upset the 49ers.
Jeez, with no Marv? We're seriously sick.
With no Marv.
We should have picked the 49ers for sure.
Go will pop.
I'm
That's
trying to
okay.
get my first place back, boy. I'm trying to get my
next
first
one
place.
is probably for the crown for the NFC West. The Seahawks. They fly into the SoFi Stadium and they take on the Rams. Both of these teams have been hot. This is a tough one to pick because both teams are good right now, and both defenses are making it do what it do. I went out on a limb last week and I picked the Rams, and I won. That was one of the ones that you guys chose against me on. You guys chose the Niners. I think I'm gonna have to do the same thing here again. The Seahawks have been hot, but I like the Rams, so I'm gonna go with the Rams. Frankie.
I was gonna say just the fact that I thought the 49ers were going to be ready to roll against the Rams last week, and we saw that they actually, absolutely got gut punched and knocked over. Matt Stafford needs to be a realistic MVP candidate. Taking the Rams, their offense looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was a genius idea that McVay wanted to bring in Devontae Adams. That was the best thing for them. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Isn't he hurt though? Anyways,
I don't even know.
Doesn't matter. This next one is in Denver. The Broncos take on the Chiefs. I'm not going to give you a long, drawn explanation. I see Kansas City. I take Kansas City. That's just how it goes. What about you, Dylan?
Isn't the game in Denver?
It just sure is.
Might be like a 16-13 type game. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Oh, gosh. This is going to be one of those barf calls because We got a KC sweep. I don't like what I've seen offensively from the Broncos. Defensively, they can stop anybody, but they just have not been able to do anything offensively lately. It's looked really ugly. The Bo Nix train's kind of fallen off at least this week.
Yeah, sorry, Bo. This next one, Ravens and Browns in Cleveland. This is a trap game for sure, but I'm still going to choose the Ravens. Same reason I've been choosing them. They have to win. What about you, Dylan?
I agree. This has a small potential trap, but I feel like Ravens, yeah, they have to win out rest of the season to have any shot. And with Lamar coming back, that might be their last breathing hope that they got. So, yeah, give me Ravens.
Honestly, the Browns have no snowball's chance in hell, and I feel like in a couple of games you're going to see Shadur because the Browns are fighting for a top pick again. Go Ravens.
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski should be fired just for the whole way he's handled that situation.
Fired.
Wait, didn't he get fired? Actually, he did get fired. My bad. I don't know. Maybe he didn't get fired.
No,
Maybe it was just a dream I had.
Everybody just wishes.
The next one is in Philly. Get ready to rack your brains because this one is difficult. The Lions coming to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. I've been rolling with the Eagles. I've been rolling with them. I think this is a week where they get got at home. I'm gonna go with Detroit. I might have a Dylan week where I go 6-8 or whatever he went. But me and Dylan also go against each other on fantasy this week, so real. Let's go.
I got Jackson Dart out too.
What about
and
you,
Kyler
Dylan?
out, so it's like, what's the fucking point?
That's so funny.
Anyway,
what do you think about this game, Dylan?
Which one again?
Lions at Philly.
Lions in Philly. That's right. I'm gonna go with Philly. I'm gonna go roll with the Eagles.
I don't like what I'm seeing offensively in Philadelphia. Their defense is absolutely phenomenal, but the offensive play calling is shit. The AJ Brown rift is gonna cause Philly to lose in the first round of the playoffs. It's just not gonna end well. Give me the Lions.
Hey, smart on you though. You canned AJ Brown, and I traded you Devontae Smith. Good call.
That was smart.
So
last game of it, it's the Monday Night Football game. It's the Cowboys at Vegas with the Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Frankie?
This game makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit. I don't like either team, but there's so much promise into the Raiders season considering, Geno Smith has looked good. You got Pete Carroll coming over, but they have been absolute dog shit. The Cowboys are going to come out, inspired, especially in light of, Marshawn Kneeland. And give me the Cowboys.
Man, we're never going to get Stephen A. Smith support in our lifetime. We're going to really end this episode on the Cowboys sweep.
Oh.
I guess so.
Horrible.
Oh, my God.
Well, gents, that was it.
Well, that's the games. That's the pick'em segment from your reigning, defending WWE champion,
John Cena.
It's a nice week. Just kidding.
No, I'm kidding. If you like what you see, guys, we're live. There is a comment in the description that tell you where to go get merch, tell you where to go interact with our community of over 14,000, 15,000 people that love the Phoenix Suns, the Arizona Cardinals, the Phoenix Mercury, and all the teams you love as well. So if you want to interact with us on a deeper level, make some friends, and have a good old time and share your opinion of Arizona sports, please go to the description and below. And yeah, we love you guys. Thanks. Like, subscribe for a Trey McBride.